Hello, hello. How is everyone doing today? I hope everyone is having a good week. I'm glad that the week is half over. And my gamepad is not set up. Hey, Kappa. So I had no idea what to play before, like, yesterday. Yeah, 3-day weekend approaches. So I was like, how about something completely different? So I was like, sure, Ori will work. So we're going to Ori. Hey, gamepad. I do still have ultra overkill, whatever the combination of words is. But I'll get back to that later, simply because I felt like in essence, ultra overkill is a lot like Armored Core 6. And since I had just run through Armored Core 6 in an extensive on-stream manner, I was like, you know what, we need a change of pace. So Ori it is. But yeah, Armored Core 6, great game. It was really exciting because shortly after I had streamed it, I went back and I continued playing it off stream and came to find out that there, for the New Game Plus, they actually do change some things. One, I think they make it harder. Two, they give you a few different mission variants, as well as a few new missions and a new set of arena stuff, which is cool. And then they actually carry, I think, a little less changes, but still some changes into the third playthrough, which I have to applaud them as, like, a well-planned out way to do it because of the fact that there are 3 different endings. So it's a reasonable expectation for someone to play the game 3 times. So to sprinkle in a little bit of change and interesting things to find out, new parts still coming in and all of that, for the second and third playthrough, I thought was really, really good idea. Hey, BT, welcome back. I was just talking about Armored Core 6 and how great it was. But yeah, I thought it was really cool that they continued to add some new things for playthroughs 2 and 3. I haven't done playthrough 3. I did do playthrough 2, and boy, was I starting to get salty about the final boss of one of the other storylines. I was getting tilted there at the end. It was hard. I'm pretty sure overall they make the enemies more aggressive in the New Game Plus. I could be wrong, but it sure felt like they were more aggressive. It felt like I had to be in even more constant motion than I had been the first time. So, I don't know. But this time around, at least, we don't have to be quite so frantic, I guess. Hopefully Ori will allow us a chance to be a little more relaxed. Though Ori is not particularly easy. It is still a challenge. Oh, well, thank you, BT. That's very kind of you to say. So we had played the first Ori, obviously, on stream a while back. And that was an enjoyable game, although I didn't realize I was at the end when I got to the end. I know a little bit better of how long this game is simply because, you know, I saw the how long to beat metrics on Xbox Game Pass, so I should not be as ambushed by the end. But anyway, boy, we really do kind of just pick up where we left off with our goofy little friends and everything. I'm not sure. Okay. I'm hoping they're going to reintroduce me to controls, because I sure do not remember. We shall always remember the day. Right now, it seems like I can just jump. And can I lay down in the hammock? I want to lay down. I cannot. Alas. When new life came to Nibble? I don't even remember if they ever pronounced it. Oh, hey, it's our goofy, pudgy friend and the tiny owl that had harassed us relentlessly. I assume this is one of those eggs. We named her Coo. Because birds coo. Very subtle, guys. Thank you. Spider with a hammer. Are they setting us up for sorrow again? Is that just their MO? They start, oh, look how pleasant their everyday life is. It's so nice. And then, like, who dies? Wake up, knockoff Stitch. What is this, hide and seek now? They really do try to hit you with, like, the up opener, don't they? They're like, look how lovely it is. Also, yeah, we've killed them. Oh, Cap, did you ever play the second one? I am going in blind. I miraculously managed to avoid watching anybody play either of the Oris. I know you did the first. Did you ever play the second, or are you going through this blind as well? Hey, nice. Grubs. Awesome. Stretchy grub. I do like their sort of narrative, you know, time passes style, like just going through. Well, yeah, BT, that's pretty much how the first one rolls. I'm just waiting for this one to be the same. The sky called to her. Gumo and Naru heard it too. I don't remember which is which. I think Spider Boy is Gumo. Graceful. Why is your wing so messed up? Is that a birth defect? Presumably. Woo! What's up, Birdo? You're not a duck. You don't need the lake. Oh, maybe there was a crack in the egg. That could be. I don't remember either. It's not terribly important what may have caused it, but... Are we waiting for me to... are we waiting for me or what? The answer lies in the past. How's that work? No time travel. Her mother's final gift. I thought that was an overturned turtle for a second. Gained a new ability. Glide. Oh, what? Are we just gonna go mock the bird? Ha! I can glide better than you, loser. You can't just, like, replace it with some random feather. I don't think that's how feathers work. Hey there, chump. Well, the bird itself is not a birth defect. It just has a birth defect. Like Nemo. Had the, you know, the gimpy fin. What? How is this helping? I don't understand. Sure, why not? Real How to Train Your Dragon moment here. Oh. Ooh. I did not catch what they just said. This guy was within reach. I like how Ori is like, here's a fix to your wing. Try to fly now. And then is immediately like, but also you have to carry my fat ass with you. Like, like maybe let the bird take the chance to like, you know, get their sea legs a little bit, and before you're just like, yeah, and I'm a backpack, bro. Peace. Let's rock. Like, come on now. It's like right to expert difficulty. This bird is going to lose this feather sometime. There is absolutely no chance that that doesn't happen. I really, like, the longer this goes, the more I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. Something is going to go wrong. That's how these work, right? Wait, is that a big-ass bird? Well, I guess this bird's mother was also a big-ass bird. Oh, wait. The music. Here it comes. Is this bird gonna get hit by lightning? Why are you still flying? Go sit down. Chill. What are you doing? Oh, look. How could this have possibly happened? Who could have foreseen this outcome? Oh my. Separated by the storm. Our story began. Their planning is a freaking birth defect. Come on, guys. Use your brains. What are these little squirrely guys? Dude, those 3 mushrooms are jiving. They are having a time. Inkwater Marsh. I shall immediately go the opposite direction. Oh. I do not have combat. Now, let's not use autism as a derogatory. We don't know how the bird's social faculties are. Spirit light can be traded. Okay. I'm so used to having some kind of attack, and I have none. Oof. Through here. Like the bird canonically has autism? Well, we'll see, I suppose. Oh. I shall take this torch. Can I? Oh, I can bop with the torch. Oh, interesting. So this time I can actually fight for myself. Spirit light can be traded to friendly creatures for various items and up. Okay. I do not have any keystones. Oh, fire damage. So this appears to be something connected. Ah, of course. Burn them. Right. So that means that I missed a couple up here that I could burn as well. Although, can I not? I can't get back up, can I? Can't. Oh, no, okay. We're stuck down here. What's this? What's this fuzzy birded bro? Hello. Talk. Squirk. What are you now? Not a Moki, clearly. Not even from Niwen, are you? I've visited most lands near and far and not seen your kind. Come from across the water, maybe? Well, whatever you are, I'm Talk. A wanderer in these parts. The better parts, at least. I'm taking shelter from that storm myself. But if you're thinking of going further, you'll have to get through the spirit gate over there. You'll need 2 keystones. I happen to have one in my bag, and there's another in the cave to the west. But acquiring it is a job for someone more nimble than myself. What do you say? It does sound a little bit Spanish, doesn't it? Okay, so he wants me to find the other one first. It really does sound Spanish. Just barely. Which is kind of... Oh, no. Kind of bizarre, considering, you know, I don't recall them using any recognizable languages before. Which kind of makes me wonder if it's intended to be specifically a different language than what the other ones were speaking, or if that's just presumed to be the language. I'll see you later. Also makes me curious as to why that choice was made. I'm not sure if like the studio, if that's the studio's like native language, or if they just chose it because of the sound or whatever. Oh, wow, yeah, okay. They're certainly making this a lot more difficult than it was before. I assume we're relying on the fact that it's raining a lot. Ah, of course, it was going to put out the torch. It's quite convenient that we only barely burned exactly what we needed, though. Come on now. There we go. I don't like how low my health is. I also can't help but notice that we're not doing the same checkpoints system as we were previously. I wonder if they have changed to just a sort of natural locational checkpoint for this one. Or if I just haven't gotten there yet. Hey, that's not the button. That's the button. Ah, you're back. Is that a keystone I see? There's one more for your trouble. I'm ever a bird of my word, and now I continue my wandering through Newen's Lost Wonders before we lose any more. And you can carry on with whatever it is you're doing. Good luck. Thanks, bro. Do you? I don't know if this guy's got eyes. Whoop. I think there's health here and I want it, but I can't actually hit anything anymore. Oh, big boy in the background. Man, Shadows of Colossus is so good. I remember that game very fondly. Health. No, I don't have any more burning sticks. Oh, good. Time to go. Time to go faster. Running, running, running. Woo. Ah, my options are limited. Okay. Oh, shoot. Oh, okay, okay. Do I have a dodge? I don't think I have a dodge. I desperately need a dodge. Ah! Whee! Oh, come on now. Whoa. Alright, well, that was okay. I'm actually not sure if I could have died there. I feel like I took a couple hits and didn't lose health. Alright, well, here's the arson. Wolf lighting things up. I mean, that's kind of nice, though. Seems like your dad just was having a good time playing with you. Ugh. That's not the worst thing. Am I gonna die? I'm not gonna die. I thought I might have died. Can I drop? I can't. Hey, little squirrely. Come here. Oh, never mind. What have we here? Aha. Were you jumping forward in his save file? I could understand that. It's like, hey, quit playing my damn game. As an ancient light awakened. Naru and Gumo sought through the night. Are we gonna get to play as Naru and Gumo? They really did just leave these two behind. Man, what a couple of assholes. Just like, peace, thanks for the feather, bro. I'm out. Yep, some birds. I don't know why I am unfortunately uncertain of what you are asking me to repeat. I was saying that I can understand if your dad had bought the game and then you were jumping ahead in his own save file, being like, "Hey, you cut that out." I have a weapon, I think. Hold LT to assign. Okay. I'm armed. Now use the light. We want to see. This is quite a long sword. Take that, mushrooms. Oh, I can break sticks still. Up. Oh, yeah. Oh. You guys still shoot. Well, that's fair. It's really just a coming-of-age story. He's just salty you didn't need any help anymore. Or he's just jelly. One of the two. And a new spirit shard. Orbs float to Ori from further away. Quip. All right, it's getting a little bit of Hollow Knight vibes. The way some of this is set up. Not that that's particularly bad. Hollow Knight is quite a good game, though I have not finished it. The light listens to you. You must be a spirit after all. We Moki thought all the spirits had gone from Niwen. Gone away. So long, spirits. You seek someone. We know a finder. The Great One. Great and mossy. Go to the Guardians of the Marsh. Qualak will help you find your way. I did. I played Shadows of Colossus long, long ago when it first came out on the PS, whatever it was out on originally. I don't actually recall. 2? 2 or... It's gotta be 2, right? I think it was 2. But yeah, I played it early on when it first released. It was so good. It was like... It's a... Yeah, PS2. The thing is it's a great game that holds up. It's one of those games that I feel like people that played it later, right, don't really like understand the full impact it really had when it first came out, because it was so remarkably different from most of the games coming out at the time that it was unreal when you got it and you're like, this is incredible. Like, it's so huge. The monsters are huge. Like, there's so many games that game had an influence on, right? Like, that game made giant monster enemies that you climb a thing. Like, that was the one. It made that a part of gaming culture broadly. And to be able to experience that in its new state was really remarkable and exciting, because it was really something else. And of course, you don't fully appreciate how remarkable it is at the time, because you don't necessarily know how big an impact it will have in the grand scheme of things. But it's one of those games you can look back on and be like, oh yeah, that was a big deal. Okay. All right, what am I missing here? Was this the... Is that the right place? Absolutely. Like, and it's not to say that, you know, the remaster is not like objectively better, right? Because, like, the original game, the graphics were pretty rough, you know. It was a little bit clumsy. It might have had performance issues. I don't remember. But it's just, like, it's one of those games that you look back on having played, and it's like, wow, that was really something else. I can't make that jump. Where the hell am I going? What do you want from me? Oh, wait a tick. Ah, they're teaching me to pull rocks. That's another one like that is, of course, the original Halo. I mean, that game is also quite good. Still holds up. But, it really was, like, unreal at the time. I blame it on streamer brain, all right? I got a lot going on. Oh. Oh, I can... Yes. Attacking down is the way. That's how you do it. Oh, right. That's the set. So that's certainly not going to be dodge. Oh, another ability. Gain a new ability. Double jump. Wonderful. I'm trying to think if I can think of any games that felt like such a significant sort of gaming milestone that's happened more recently. Because my sort of initial feeling is to sort of say, I don't feel like games have been as revolutionary is such a strong word, but like I just don't feel like as many new ideas and like groundbreaking things happen in gaming as frequently anymore, that it's so mature. But I feel like it's premature to make that claim, because I'm sure that things are happening. I'm just so jaded in the way, especially like the AAA gaming publishers, like they've made such a shitty situation of the gaming industry that I'm like, they don't do anything interesting. Dark Souls and, well, Demon Souls, hard to argue. You can argue which one like truly gets credit. Demon Souls did the Dark Souls thing first, but Dark Souls was kind of the one that got enough attention to really launch that premise and that gameplay into the main, it's like the common gaming sphere. That one certainly needs to get credit for being a significant change. I'm trying to think of the major. I mean, there's obviously Dota. I'm just realizing it's the things that launch the genres, right? Whenever a new gaming genre comes out, which this is kind of the annoying thing, I guess, really. A new gaming genre, you notice a ridiculous trend from all of the publishers trying to get in on it, on the money, and you have to trace it back, and you're like, okay, what was the game that launched the trend? It was like, okay, so Battle Royales, right? Fortnite, PUBG, they could fight it out, but honestly, Fortnite's obviously had more of an impact. So it's like, okay, that one was a thing. I'll give that one. Dota. Dota launched the MOBA genre, so like, okay, that one definitely was a thing. You know what? I'd give God of War. I'm trying to think. So God of War, I wouldn't say was quite the same sort of revolutionary. It was incredibly influential, you are correct. The thing is that I put it in a little bit of a different category because it was sort of following ground that had existed from things like Devil May Cry, but it did it extremely well. it was, you know, an extremely well done execution of that sort of gameplay. Okay, I can't see. And so it's hard to say which one sort of gets credit in that regard. The new ones, or at least the one new one that I played was quite good. I will say that. The old ones were good too, but they were a little more, a little more like Devil May Cry, honestly. No More Heroes. I never played No More Heroes. I'm inclined to agree with you, though, because I know the name, because it sort of had enough of a sort of relevance to be on my radar despite not having played it. You know what's another sort of interesting... Do I only have the one? I do have the one. Another one that I consider sort of an interesting landmark game like this is Pokemon. So Pokemon obviously is really a significant game in creating, technically creating a genre, but it took a really long time for like anybody to meaningfully try to replicate on Pokemon's gameplay style, right? Like, so Digimon existed in the anime scene, and Digimon games existed, but... Well, okay, well, now I'm thinking of some of the nuance. And technically, Shin Megami Tensei games existed, and they are sort of Monster Collection. Now we get in the complicated topic of, like, where does one genre end and where does the next begin, and what lives in one and the other. What makes a Pokemon game one genre versus Shin Megami Tensei a different one, assuming we do put them in different ones. Anyway, there aren't a lot of monster collecting games, I feel like. Because what really comes to mind is Shin Megami Tensei, which I wasn't that big a fan of, honestly. The non-direct Shin Megami Tensei games I liked better. The ones that are a little more character-focused, I think are better, in my opinion, than the straight SMT series. But I digress. Should I try to find a way to play No More Heroes? I don't know, because what was... No More Heroes was what? On, like, the Wii? Right? Am I remembering correctly? What the heck was that on? You a spirit? Then tremble, spirit. You stand before Mock the Brave. This is not very convincing, I know, but I am brave. Or I would be with a trophy. Trophy like a howl skull. Or just a fang, if that's too heavy. I heard the Howler fighting to the east. Maybe it dropped one. New side quest. Oh boy. Now we've got freaking quest lists in this game. Okay. You're really annoying. Yeah, I know there was at least some newer ones. I wonder if I can actually get at it on... Do you know if it's on PC? Have they put one on PC? or are they all consoles? I do much more of my gaming on PC. Because there's one on what? The Switch, right? Did a new one come out on Switch? What am I looking at? I think I need a dash if... Oh, well, that was easy. Okay, how do I get back? Oh, spiky. Oh no. Ow. It's fine. Let me up. Hoi. There we go. It's fine. Honestly, there's so many games coming out. I've got, like, significant games for the rest of the freaking year. Speaking of which... So about Starfield. Everybody's going crazy for Starfield, and I am so... I can't even say cautiously optimistic. I'm just cautious about Starfield, man. I don't quite understand the significant hype. I am so disillusioned with Bethesda being able to put out a game that, like, works. I'm like, okay, we'll see. Ooh, a real Howlfang. None will doubt mock the brave now. This is for you. I am brave, but I am also generous. It is on PC. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll have to add that to my list of games to try. Found some more. Clever craftsmen could use this to repair structures. Structures? I would love for Starfield to be good, but I am so incredibly doubtful. I don't know, it's just... Starfield is a Bethesda RPG in space. Honestly, that's like... It's space Skyrim, as far as I understand. That's literally what I know about Starfield. Like, with you know, everything that comes along with a Bethesda RPG, right? All of the bugs, all of the shallow storylines, all of the wasted time doing all kinds of stuff that's still reasonably fun to do. So it's like, I don't know. I really don't know how to feel about freaking Starfield. Deal and take more damage. Oh, I don't know if I like that. I don't want to take more damage. The big positive, of course, is that it's going to come to Game Pass, which means that I don't have to pay anything extra to play it. So I will play Starfield. I will probably stream Starfield. But my expectations are so low. So unbelievably low. Hey, you know what? That's another trend that I'm a huge fan of. So many more games have been coming to PC. I'm so glad that it's just... Like, it's just a thing that people put stuff on now. Because for a long time, it was like, consoles were the thing. But I feel like, generally speaking... Oh, wow, I jumped right into where he was going. Console exclusives have really dwindled. Which is, of course, great for the PC-focused individual such as myself. Obviously, part of that came from the fact that Xbox kind of like got their asses beat this console generation, so they had to pivot. And their pivot was to just put their whole library also on PC. that was the strat. Put it on PC also, and then sell the Game Pass, which, you know, it works for me. I will take that low-cost Game Pass to just play games. I am, in fact, playing this very game on Xbox Game Pass. I didn't have to buy this game at all. What a delight. It also allows you to try games that, like, I'm way less confident, like Starfield, because there's no way I'm paying $70 for Starfield. Absolutely not. No way. Oh, hey, bro. Greetings, traveler. I am Lupo, map maker extraordinaire. Quite the storm that passed through. Made my maps a little soggy, so I'll give you half off, agreed? After all, rumor has it you're looking for a friend. That's... Dude, who is spreading rumors about me looking for friends? That's so weird. Who's talking about me? What's better for finding things than a map? Are maps good to help find things? I don't think that's how maps work. Like, looking helps find things. Maps just show you an area. Classic salesman. I'm halfway there with you, BT. I have very, like, oof. The thing is that for some reason Bethesda games eventually are good, even if they made them exclusively, because then the modders get a hold of it, and then the modders do most of the work, I guess. It's like, with mods, Skyrim can be quite good. But before the mods, it was like, it was okay. I guess, I think one of my biggest frustrations with Bethesda games is that I don't think they suck. Bethesda games have a tendency to be so close to being really good, and then just fumbled. Like, they just, oh wow, if you had just, I don't know, finished the game, or put a little more thought into this or that, or focused slightly differently in what you were putting together, you really would have had something here. But you didn't. You got 80% of the way, and then you just fumbled it. Like, you just dropped the ball. I think that's my biggest frustration with Bethesda games. It's like really stupid issues. Like, they just screw it up in the dumbest of ways, and you're like, guys, can we just, like, behave slightly more professionally? Can we just make games like we've done it before? Like, just a little bit, please. And then for some reason, they're insanely popular. Yeah, it's like, it's just so frustrating, because, like, I can see that the pieces for a good game are there, but they just didn't put them together right. They just didn't quite... It's like how for almost every Elder Scrolls game from, like, time immemorial, the stealth archer is just, like, the obvious, efficient way to play the game. And it's like, how many games has this been the case? Could you just do, I don't know, a little bit of reworking on the balance for the other aspects of combat to, like, make them useful or fun? Like, just a little bit? How many games does it take to figure it out? I was not as enamored with Doom Eternal in general, honestly. I really liked Doom 2016. 2016 I thought was so good. The pacing was great. The combat was awesome. I really liked 2016. And then Doom Eternal, like, shifted it just enough that I was like, it's not for me. So, of course, I haven't played the DLCs. I think I remember you mentioning how they were just expensive, short DLCs that really didn't warrant existing, which, yeah, that really sucks and does certainly sound like they screwed that up. But I was not as attached to Doom Eternal as many people seem to be. The soundtrack's very good. Don't get me wrong. Excellent soundtrack. But the gameplay was just, I don't know, not quite the right speed and tempo and like, I don't know, it just wasn't for me. Come to see the view? Splendid, isn't it? The wellspring in all her magnificence. A whole generation of Moki have come and gone since the old mill's wheels last turned. And they say an impressive, whoa! You have been cut off. I didn't catch the end of what you said. Something about a library. What's Shriek doing all the way out here? I did not click a button to progress, by the way. They just did that. Something must have stirred her from her roost. Some threat, perhaps. Not you, Shirley. You look harmless. We should fix that. Luckily for you, I just happen to be a weapon master. Interested in honing your skills? I can offer a deal on your first purchase only, so choose wisely. Sure. Oh. Whoa. We got options now. Spawn a spirit orb that attacks for you. Pound foes with a strong sweeping blow. Destroys unstable ground. Throw a powerful spear of light. Uses a large amount of energy. Destroys unstable ground. Throw a star that returns to you. Okay, well, I feel like I obviously have to go with one of these that destroys unstable ground, because that appears to just gain access to places. This one doesn't use energy. Make the most of your new skill. The next won't come so cheaply. If you care to put your skills to the test, there's a spirit shrine nearby. Just a place for you to prove your mettle. Our paths will cross again. Till then, keep your blade at the ready and an eye on the sky. Oh. Okay, so we got a heavy attack now. Light attack, heavy attack. Fantastic. That's not... How... there we go. It's like, how do I get back to the map? Rumor, Spirit Shrine. I see. So they kind of add rumors like that for me. Well, see, can I get up here? I don't think I can jump high enough to get up here. This is probably considered unstable ground. Yeah, on the subject of Bethesda, I feel like they're another one of those examples where, like, they used to be almost like this legendary studio up there with Blizzard, and I just can't consider them like that anymore. And maybe they never really were, and I was just young, but also I think they could just get away with some more issues in games back in the day. Like, our standards maybe weren't so high for, you know, fixing your shit. But Bethesda has at least not fallen from grace quite to the degree, in my personal opinion, as Blizzard. Simply because, you know, Blizzard has just, like, some significant moral concerns at the studio that Bethesda doesn't necessarily have. I haven't heard Bethesda being assholes just generally to people or, you know, their workforce or what have you. Blizzard, yes. The only issue Bethesda has is that their games are constantly freaking dumb as hell. They could just get their shit together. Then I can be excited about their stuff again. Ah, I can ground pound like that. It's sort of interesting to me, having played games for so long, seeing, I guess, sort of the movement in, I guess, the broader landscape of publishers and developers sort of shuffling about as they sort of move in and out of grace and, you know, turning into having prevalence or, you know, becoming terrible. It's like, I just do not consider so many of the old guard of publishers to be worth your time anymore. Like, freaking EA and Activision come to mind specifically as just like these huge publishers that came from the ground up. One consumed like all of the smaller studios from the past and just destroyed them. But then, you know, some of the newer indies or smaller studios sort of growing into something really meaningful. Silent Woods, Scary Woods. It's like Focus Interactive, I have a lot of respect for just putting out, like, upper mid-tier, good, fun games. From Software, obviously, has, in the past decade, just, like, skyrocketed to prominence and being, like, one of the now legendary studios. Though their genre is a little more narrow than, say, what Blizzard used to be when they do a lot of different things. Quolok is kind. Quolok can help. Thank you. Presumably Quolok, unless I'm looking for Quolok now. Like, there was a lot of sort of old-time legendary developers that were casualties, essentially, to EA. Because EA just consumed everything and then killed them. Like, Rare comes to mind. They still sort of exist, but come on, not really. Like Banjo-Kazooie, Rare did that. Donkey Kong Country, legendary, Rare. Gaze of the Great Quolok admits only the worthy. Or so the legend says, of course. This isn't Quolok, it's just a statue. Come to think, it doesn't have any eyes either. How's it supposed to gaze at anything? Some legend. Blah. Oh, he is saying something different. If it weren't for him, the Moki might not have had a place to go with the woods. When the woods where they used to live grew too dangerous. That's why they call Quolok their guardian. He's kept the decay at bay, for now. Great Quolok is no mere legend. No, he's quite real. When the light left, the spirit, willow, and decay spread through the land he was watching. If it weren't... Okay, yeah. I guess I can come over here. I just pull this lever. Oh. Lowers the disgusting water. But it's interesting to see also Larian Studio, right? Because BioWare is another one of those old legendary status developer slash publishers that did RPGs, right? I mean, I think BioWare did Baldur's Gate 2, and then, you know, here comes Larian to pick up where they left off and start doing Baldur's Gate 3. And, you know, BioWare just is like no more. They can't seem to do anything. Where am I going now? There's a thing down here. Oh, it's one of you. Oops, it's not the button. That's the button. Spirit Arc. Yeah, see you around, BT. Thanks for stopping in. Alright, presumably I need to equip this somewhere. Fire an arrow of light. Ah, I see. Oh lordy, the messages have come in out of order. Freaking YouTube, man. YouTube constantly doing that to BT's message, just like dumping them like in a pack, sort of putting them back into order, man. YouTube, get it together. What they say? Yeah, the DLCs around Doom Eternal, which was a mess. Oh, freaking, don't even get me started on mobile games. Oh, are they getting held? Why are they getting held? Well, thank you for doing that. I guess I need to, like, pay more attention. I don't know why they're getting held. Those are generally not offensive or problematic in any way. Is it just because it has the word fucking in it? Oh, come on now. Maybe I need to dial back. Yeah, maybe I need to dial back a filter. Actually, I think that is the case. I remember I had set the filter higher in the case of Pride Month because I expected the potential for shenanigans for Pride Month, and at this point I just didn't fix it, and that's on me for not having Compact to fix it. It's like it's just catching like, ooh, naughty words, and then is just, that seems unnecessary. But that's my bad. I'll fix that after stream if I remember. Let me in. Eye stone. This curious eye-shaped gem would fit nicely into a stone eye socket. Uh-huh. We gotta get him his eyes back. Oh, you little jerk. Come here. Come here. Give me a damn dodge, please. Yeah, I'll need to dial back that auto dealy bob. Now it's now stuck on my mind, and I feel like I should go find where that lives, as it just take care of it, or else I'm gonna forget. We're doing self-moderation. It's a lot harder to self-moderate on YouTube than it is on Twitch. The stuff is much more in your face on Twitch, a lot easier to work with. What is it? Settings, maybe? Community, perhaps? Perhaps? Defaults. Hold potentially. Boy, I don't know. Because there's literally just a single check for hold potentially inappropriate chat messages for review. There is no, like, extra strictness or reduce. I gotta get rid of it. If that's the sort of messages they're catching, I gotta get it out of there. If it becomes a problem in the future, I'll take care of it, but I'm not gonna... Oh, I'm on the wrong window on my side here. I don't want to just catching relatively mundane messages if I can avoid it. If asshats start showing up, I'll do something about it, but for now, I am largely invisible, so... Who would be showing up to bother me in the first place? An advantage of being tiny on the internet, I suppose. I don't get annoyed as much. That is not the angle I thought that face was at. That is a goofy-shaped face. I would prefer not. Then I would have to ban you. I don't think you've got the guts to actually do the degree of bothering that I am talking about. Because I'm talking about the freaking hate raids. People showing up being absolute dipshits. You know, homophobic, transphobic. The phobics, really. All of the phobics and the ists. People showing up being that's the sort of shenanigans. Oh, the glowing stranger my customers speak of with such awe. Tell me, is it usual for your kind to fall from the sky? I have met many curiosities on my travels, after all. Oh yes, some fall, some fly, some prowl, some slither. Exactly. As you shouldn't, honestly. But all are customers, you see. Just customers who want spirit shards. Few shards. Yeah, right. Not appropriate. Ooh, are these just flat boosts, or do I have to equip these? What am I looking at here? And I can... Of course. But then you were also offering... upgrades? Oh, I see. I see their little markers around them that increase their strength indicate. So this looks like it can have 3 upgrades from my current point. This is level 1 of 4, 1 of 3, 1 of 2. I see. Okay. So I wonder if... Is this like the only way I have to increase my health? Am I not going to get permanent increases? Let's use this instead. This is a convenience thing. I don't need to stick to the walls. It's just easier when it sticks to the walls. Okay, well, let's keep in mind the traps. Alright, is there any way to tell if this is going to be a permanent open or oh, that was bad. Let's see, let me heal myself. Wow, that actually heals a lot. I immediately wish they were giving me more than 3 slots to put abilities in. I want to have more slots. You are a spirit, yes? I have seen your ghost. No, it is true. There is a place where the ghost spirits run and play. I tried to race them once, but I am not so fast. Spirit trials. Okay, that explodes. But yeah, so Starfield is coming out. I'll play it, and we'll see if it deserves admiration or derision. But then later, the new Cyberpunk 2077 DLC is coming out, which I am reasonably excited for. I enjoyed Cyberpunk 2077 when it first came out. It was pretty good. I think the hype train got a little bit out of control for that game, which was a little bit unfortunate for it. What did that accomplish for me? Oh, that also stuck its tongue out, but I can't actually go in the water right now. However, much like other games, like No Man's Sky, Cyberpunk 2077 decided to actually continue making the game better. Oh, this is where I came from. And they have lots and lots of updates that they have done. And I have played none of the updates because I have been waiting and waiting for the actual DLC. Because I didn't really want to put another playthrough on it and burn myself out on the game. So I'm looking forward to that. That will be a fun game to stream, I think. Huh, what am I missing here? I feel like I'm missing something. You're just a... Yep, you're just a tongue. I need to get over into the mouth. I guess that's the end goal, though, because that's gonna open up that. So rather than going straight there... Owie. Wait, do I... Aha! Aha! It tricked me. I didn't need that to be out there. Yeah. Nice combo. Let's see. Oh, that's not the right button. Aha. Excellent. Nice. Sort of. Are we good? Aha, yes. Now I see. I'm on to you. Do. Oh, good. I thought I might have gone too quick. No, I need to get it up here. How do I get it up here? I see. Okay. We gotta go up back over here. Okay. Oh, well, this is awkward. Wait, I'm actually trapped down here. Hold on. Hold on. Mistakes were made. It's fine. We can loop back around. We're good. We're good. Everything is fine. Hey. Just shove this guy onto this tongue. And there we go. Just gotta hand it off. Perfect. Wait, come back here. I wasn't done. I wasn't done yet. Oh, and Lies of P. That one's coming out too. That one looks relatively promising as well. Whoa. Uh-oh. 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 Well, that was close. I am a little bit sad, simply in that so many of the games that I actually like get excited for are all like Souls-likes, which the Lies of P is a Souls-like. I'm like, man, are they not making good other kinds of games anymore? Why is it always freaking Souls-likes? Souls-likes are clearly just one of those genres that are, like, booming. And I think Souls-likes are a great genre. But I would like some games to be happening that are not Souls-likes. And who knows? Maybe that... Wow, that stupid bug killed itself. Maybe that game will be Starfield. Maybe it'll be great. I have significant doubts. Hold on. Can I shoot this? Why? I'm stupid. I could have simply jumped to it from there. I covered way more ground than I thought I was going to. I literally just like... Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, there are some RPGs. Specifically, there are... Moving back to, you know, indies making the RPGs. Because there is, I think Chained Echoes is one that seems very good that I'll have to play soon enough. And then there's Sea of Stars, which certainly have, or has been getting a reasonable amount of attention. What did I get down there? Ah, I lowered the overall water level down there. That's what I did. So that's what should have gained me. Over here? Yeah, over here. So there are a couple. They're just sort of more in the indie scene now. Because they kind of forgot how to make big RPGs. They're just doing it different now. Owie. Can I just like use this? Oh. Yeah, both of them should be turn-based, I believe. They both look kind of like, you know, old SNES RPGs. I saw Sea of Stars being compared to Chrono Trigger? Chrono Trigger is the old one? Chrono Trigger? And then, oh my goodness! Scary. Compared to Chrono Trigger, and then Chained Echoes, I haven't really seen compared to any specific games. It just straight up looks like, ow! I almost got squished. How do I? I don't know how to get that in there. The one that you are likely referring to is Chrono Cross. That was the one on the PS2, I believe. Oh, this is just the way out. That had a weird leveling system, which made the game sometimes extremely difficult if you had not prepared properly. Ow. Why am I attacking that way? I'm trying to turn around. Well, maybe it was PS1, actually. I do not recall. Yeah, those are the two that are really on my radar right now. Which is better than nothing, for sure. Nope. That's not gonna work. I'm dying. I have no energy left. There's some health and some energy. Wow, brilliant. Thank you very much. For offing yourself so conveniently. I'm trying to think of other game genres that I really would like some more games to come out in. Because honestly, one of the big ones was mech games, but Armored Core 6 happens, and so now I'm like, well, I feel better. Okay. Really? I see. I should have been running him into the wall. That makes sense. Generally... Oh, well, yeah, that's true. You do. You specifically want a third-person co-op horror game. Well, from what was being talked about last time, the next Little Nightmares might be co-op, which, you know, hey, there's something in the space at least. Spirit trial reward. What is this? Don't like the spirit trial. Find the start pedestal to begin the challenge. Okay, brilliant. Very, very smooth. Thank you very much. It's true. Honestly, right now, I kind of feel like, at least in the immediate time frame, a lot of the sort of core genres I care about have been covered. Well, and especially because I would also likely say, like, a good first-person shooter, although it might be a third-person shooter. But I know, at least in the relatively near future... Oh, hi, Whitney. Thank you very much. In the near future, the next Space Marine game is coming out, and that I'm also excited about. Oh, I just stopped running because I looked over at chat and I didn't even notice that I was going to be flattened. Oh, they're teaching... Right. Immediately teaching me to dash, and I'm just like so brain dead, basking in a compliment in chat that I just forgot that I needed to not get myself killed. Way to go, me. But yeah, in the shooter space, we've got, you know, Space Marine coming. We've got the mech Armored Core just came out with a mech game, satisfying me there. There's at least a couple decent RPGs like on the horizon, or not on the horizon, but rather came out recently that I'm aware of. I haven't played them yet, but you know, like I got stuff in the docket. Space Colony, yeah. Are you talking more like a 4X style, or like a colony sim in the vein of like RimWorld or Mine Colonies for that matter, right? Because I do kind of agree. I would colony sim, yeah, that's the smaller scale. I would kind of like to see. I have not played Hollow Knight, actually. It is on my list of things to do. Wow, I think I just cheesed my way up there, not like they expected me to. Hollow Knight is on my list, certainly. What, the ones we play together, what Space Settler games have we played together? What? Oh, you mean like Stellaris? Yeah. Hollow Knight, absolutely on my list of things to play. The issue is that I don't play platformers like tremendously frequently. I mean, generally just that. Okay, so Stellaris would be a 4X style, and I do agree. I do agree that it's been a while since we've had like a fresh entry into the 4X space genre of games. I do agree that that's a little lacking currently. Oh no. What am I gonna land on? No. I have concerns. Well, I don't play them that frequently. Like the last one I played was the first Ori, which I did like months ago. And since I am playing the second Ori now, it means that Hollow Knight gets pushed back, right? Like it is one of the genres that I play, but you know, it's not all the time. Honestly, I play like the best ones. I don't play them all the time. I play the best ones, and Hollow Knight is certainly one of the best ones, so it's on the list. Oh yeah, it was a while ago. just bopping this guy. Because before that, I also played Ender Lilies, though. I still remember Ender Lilies fondly, man. I think Ender Lilies is probably one of my favorite platformers I've played recently. Like, it was so good. It just had that sort of, like, je ne sais quoi, if you will, that, like, really elevated it to my particular likings. Like, I think Hollow Knight might be able to do it as well, but Hollow Knight, as far as what I played, which was a pretty small amount, honestly, I played a little bit of it. It didn't quite get there early on. It wasn't quite... It didn't get there as quickly as I would have hoped to something that I'm, like, really, really passionate about. But I do know that it has a tremendous following that think extremely highly of it. So I am hopeful that it will get there. Because I don't doubt that it can. We shall see. There was just something about, like, Ender Lilies that I liked better in maybe, like, the way you could customize what you were doing. Maybe like the nature of the combat was a little more to my liking. Oh, that's a nice little animation bit, that if you dash into these vertical posts, you do a little curly cue around it. Very nice. Very nice animation. Yeah, Whitney, see, that... I think why... I think Hollow Knight has a real potential for me to enjoy it heavily, but I maybe didn't get far enough to really, like, get to the point where I was like, now I feel like I'm in control of the situation, like I have all of the tools at my disposal to, like, make really good decisions and, like, stuff like that. It just wasn't quite there yet, but I don't doubt that it can get there. I had not played Cuphead. It is a lovely looking game. I don't really have a strong reason why I didn't play Cuphead, honestly. Possibly because, Cuphead almost comes off to me as a rage game. And I don't love rage games. Or really, I don't like them. I'm sort of in this weird spot where, like, I like Souls-likes. I like hard games. But rage games are usually in this very specific thing where it's really hard for hardness sake, and it doesn't necessarily feel like you're the one getting to make decisions to overcome what's happening. You just have to, like, literally do the thing flawlessly to succeed. So things like Cuphead, I think, are kind of in that category. But, you know, like Jump King, Only Up, those games that I'm just like, it's not for me. Like, a game where you can just sort of see the solution, you just have to, like, execute on the solution, are not nearly as interesting to me as games where you get to sort of problem solve by, you know, picking options that are available to you and being like, maybe this is the right fit for this task, maybe this one, and then trying to craft it, which is why I like mech games, right? I like mech games because you have your whole loadout that you change to try to fit the solution, which is also kind of how I play, like, Dark Souls and the Souls games, which is also why I didn't like Sekiro as much, because Sekiro is specifically counter to that idea, where you have a very narrow tool set, and it's like you just have to do it better. There you go. So it's a fine difference. Like, you would think that I might enjoy both, but I don't actually, and sometimes it's hard to verbalize exactly why I like one and not the other. But I generally avoid rage games, and I think Cuphead falls a little too far onto the rage game side of things. Dude, the hand-drawn art is awesome. Like, that game has a killer aesthetic. There is no denying that. Like, despite the fact that maybe Cuphead's not for me, it's got a freaking killer aesthetic, and it's a game for certainly a lot of people, just maybe not me. Like, yeah, Sekiro, there was a lot to enjoy about Sekiro, and for a lot of the time I was playing Sekiro, I was having a good time, but there was some of the bosses that just, like, got so frustrating because it was really just a matter of, like, just time it right. It's like, well, okay, but can I maybe try to position myself better, or maybe I can change which weapon I'm using? It's like, nope, just time it better. It's like, I don't want to time it better. I want to make my life easier by using the right stuff. I don't want to just have to freaking time it better. I do think there and I kind of came to the conclusion when I played Metal Gear Revengeance, because I was really frustrated at that game early on because I was not properly utilizing one of its techniques. And I think Sekiro might have been similar because I saw people commenting online how Sekiro can be somewhat trivialized because you just, like, if you mash the, like, parry button, it seems to just, like, be totally fine with you just cramming it over and over and over again until you've got the right timing. Like, it doesn't punish you for being too early and then also on time. And I was not doing that. I was trying to be, like, precise and all of that. And so I think there could have been a way for me to have made Sekiro easier for myself if I was just willing to, like, just mash the shit out of the guard button, because it seems like that's the way you solve your problems, is like, oh, an attack's coming, just mash the button and you'll probably be on the right timing. just cram it over and over and over again. But I was like, by that time I'd already gotten too irritated by a few bosses, and I was like, whatever. I'm not having fun anymore, so I'm just gonna move on. It's not that big a deal. There's other games to play. Now this guy has just continuously been talking to me, and I've been, like, dissociating into space. So I'm going to come back to what this guy was saying, so he realizes I'm present for the conversation. Hello there. Welcome to Quolok's Hollow. Thanks, I'm here now. Here we are in the domain of the great Quolok, guardian of the marsh. Thanks to his care, why, things have hardly changed around here since the decay came. Care to purchase a map of the big toad's abode for 100 spirit lights? Sure. Much obliged. Thanks, bro. This has such Hollow Knight vibes, man. Like, buying maps, equipping the stuff in the slots. It's really funny to see it take so much of that. It's almost odd to me, though, that it has taken so much of that, because the original Ori, like, had its own presence, right? Like, it had its own relevance. I'm surprised they felt the need to, like, to borrow so many ideas from Hollow Knight. Like, I'm certainly not inclined to go so far as to say, oh, they were stealing ideas, or, they should have thought for the... Like, I think it's fine. I just think it's kind of interesting that they chose to depart so much from what they had already sort of established as, like, the upgrade mechanic in Ori and stuff like that, right? And, like, finding the maps rather than buying the maps. Like, it's just it was all stuff that existed and was fine. Like, did we need to change it up? I don't see why, but, okay, that's fine. Sure. Here we are. Oh, it's so Hollow Knight. Like, immediately recognizable as Hollow Knight. Where am I going? Oh, I want to go up here, I think. Well, and that's the funny thing is the first Ori game was not nearly so Hollow Knight. And I don't know about the timeline. Maybe Ori 1 came out and then Hollow Knight came out. I'm not actually sure what order those were in. Oh, see you later. Ooh, I got an achievement for killing 10 enemies using environmental hazards. It didn't call me this, but I'm going to call myself, like, the booby trap master. Get out of here. Yeah, so it struck me as odd that they chose to depart from what they had already established. But hey, there's the life cell fragment. Collect one more to increase your max life. Man, stingy. Stingy. Okay, so this is the spirit trial. So we're gonna have to go down, back, and then down. And eventually to the left. It's showing me the way. Right? Down. Back to the right. Down. Down to the left. I wonder how strict this timing is going to be. What are they going to expect out of me? This is the first one. They can't expect too terribly much, right? I'm probably going to blow it out of the water. 25-18. Oh, is that my... Oh! Is that my par, like my ghost that I need to be beating? Well, I did it, you jerk. Not by a whole lot. That's a lot of cash. Oh, that's a lot of cash. Oh, thank you for putting me back up. Oh, that's such a kindness, not making me run back up here. Ooh, that would have been annoying. Thank you so much. What's this? Is that underwater? Can I not get that yet? Ah, my bones. I wasn't paying enough attention. Oh, you're back. Whoop. Oh, that was Ender Lilies. It was so good. So good. Ender Lilies is kind of like well, this or Hollow Knight in that it is a lot more combat focused of a platformer that rather than like a pure challenge platformer. Like it's combat focused with bosses and all of that. It's got a really good story too. It's got some interesting like unique mechanic to the combat because you play as a little girl who doesn't herself fight, but rather you bring along like spirits, and each spirit has a different combat tactic that you sort of call out. It's really, really good. I really enjoyed it. Get out of here. Whoop. Oh, my bones. Leave me alone. It's really, really good. Well, honestly, a lot of the enemies vaguely match my colors in general. Get out of here. Why am I having so much trouble with just this random asshole? Ori is like vaguely cyan, though a little more pale blue. Yeah, and then the enemies have the purple, though they have a bit of a darker purple than the pure magenta, but hey, we're in the ballpark. I'll take what I can get. Right. Gotta switch back to this. Ah, is this where I was stuck because I couldn't dash over there? I think it was. Yes, it was. Hot dog. Get out of here. Yeah, there is a lot of those sort of cyan adjacent and magenta adjacent colors happening in this game, which is sort of interesting. It kind of shows the versatility of that as a color scheme. It would have helped if I hit the right button to attack that guy instead of dodging into him. Because cyan and magenta, I think, are often a very sort of cybertech punk, cyberpunk, cybertech, tech-related color scheme. But it's also, in slightly different context, often like the mystical color scheme, right? It's quite a versatile color scheme. And then there's yellow. Yeah, exactly. Magic. Magic. If I was better at making curves instead of straight lines and angles, I think I could make an interesting sort of like adjacent mystical model, right? So like I've got this one, which is obviously tech. But I could like make an adjacent mystic variant in the same like color scheme if I could draw curves, which I can't. I am starting to get the itch to poke about with either my model or some other model similar. Oh, they already wanted me to jump. Well, that's okay. Kill me, let me start over. That was a freaking mess. No, probably not your model. I'm thinking like some different shapes or making some new things in sort of my newer design language, right? Oh shoot. I'd continue talking, but I'm quite distracted by trying not to die. Oh, I dodged it. Get out of here. Right, because like when I changed to this model, I really changed sort of my design language, so to speak. And I haven't really done any other models in this design language. And I think it's an interesting design language and design space for a lot of different sort of tech stuff. I gotta please use the correct buttons. It's killing me. The problem is that the buttons are precisely reversed from what I want them to be for like Souls-like. Because I'm hitting B to attack instead of right bumper. And right bumper dodges when I want it to attack. B is usually attack. Well, so I was thinking... One thing that came to mind... I had to stop. I had to take a second. That's a good question if I can remap it. No. No, I cannot. I'm just going to have to get used to it. Well, like one thing I was thinking of was essentially using this design language to do other sort of like digital takes on more, not necessarily common, but like other model tropes. One thing I was specifically thinking of, I was like, I wonder what it would look like if I tried to make like a queen bee, right? In a digital form. So a lot of like yellows and blacks. But like what polygons would I use? How could I do it? Could I make some extra legs out of polygons that, you know, actually obey gravity? Hey, Winnie, thanks for the subscription / subscribe. I don't know. I'm Tech Angel, exactly. Stream Elements did his job. It so rarely gets to do its job, but it did. Thanks for the sub. I was thinking, you know, like, what could I do with that? I was also thinking of just, like, what would it look like if I made just, like, a general feminized sort of humanoid variant of this. So, like, it's more recognizably, like, feminine. And it usually spirals out of, like, a specific idea I had. So, like, one of the things was, hey, I think I could make, like, an interesting ponytail out of this particular shape that I just used. Specifically, here, I'll really specifically drive down to exactly what brought on the idea of, like, a feminized version, because I was like, oh, I think I could make a ponytail that looked like this. Let me get the wings out. A dragon would be big. So I was looking at like this shape down here, right? This shape that I just made for the recent wing change, right? I was like, I think I could connect several of those together, and it would look like a ponytail, right? With the style where you have like I guess a scrunchie, but like a tie several times down the ponytail to like keep it contained. I'm not sure what they call that style, but I was like, I bet I could line up several of these and make a ponytail. And I was like, okay, what context could I do a hairstyle like that? I was like, well, I need a feminized model. It's like, okay, well, I could just make a feminized model. Exactly. Well, like, and earlier I was thinking like, what could I do for a polygon crown? Or like maybe I could go into Blender and make a sort of interesting digital style crown. And it's like, who could use a crown? Well, there's a queen bee. Queen bees would have wings. Bees are also a good context to use more particles, right? Because if you have a queen bee, then you need worker bees, and you could have like little swarms of, yellow bee-shaped particles that swarm about every once in a while or what have you. So like some things you could do with that. And just like, okay, then how can you that's true. Honestly, they just kind of look like scrunchies. I could do pigtails, floaty pollen effects, stuff like that. And just like honestly, what happened? I had to mow the yard yesterday, and mowing the yard gives me like 2 hours of uninterrupted thinking. And what I do when I'm just like thinking is I think about design ideas for like models. That's really kind of what happened. I was like, I could try this. I could put this together. I could do that. Like, that's really what happened. But like, I don't know. It's a good opportunity to get sort of ideas brewing and get. I started kind of thinking, because I had mentioned that I wanted to redesign my arms, because my arms are sort of unchanged for this particular model. Techno Queen. Yeah, like that's why I was like, man, I just kind of want to try out some new spaces. And I guess if they turn out well, I could try to sell them, I guess, if somebody's interested in a ready-to-use model, because, I'm probably not going to use them. I just don't want to make them. And that's honestly the only way that I would really sell models, rather than taking on requests for what people specifically want. I'm far more likely to just make the things that I want to make and then be like, if somebody wants to buy them for cheap, sure. I was just making them to experiment, whatever. Hey, you little goopy boy. I'm so glad that I already got a way to break those unstable ground. Well, thank you. I oftentimes have pretty good ideas. The issue is, I'm lazy, and I oftentimes never execute on the ideas. Because I have a full-time job and a bunch of shit to do. So, we do what we can. But sometimes we don't get to all the ideas I have. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, we're good. Ah, you sneezing bastard. Get out of here. Hey, cut that out. Okay, excuse me, sir. This is unacceptable behavior. Get out of here. Give me that health. Good. Oh, the button? Right. That button. I was like, what button? That's true. We do have a new model enjoyer here. Allow me to use this fancy-ass button that just demos all of the snazziness of the model. Hello. This is the whole model. Yeah, I hear you. The button. But yeah, so the arms, I think I'm going to rework. I think I'm going to try to make them a little more in this style as like the antenna, because the antenna is one of the more recent things that I've done. And I like that antenna. Yeah, that antenna. So I might make the arms a little closer to that. The poor back of my head. I'm sure that impacts my performance actually a lot because there's a shit ton of particles in there. And nobody ever sees it because it's on the back of my head. Curse me. Why have I done this to myself? I know it's so good. If only it weren't back there. Oh, you know what? I bet I'm going to get the thing that allows me to use those. That's true. The button has gone a long way for actually... I'm trying to remember. I have taken that quiz. It's close. The bash. LB near lanterns, the name. Yeah, that's what I figured I was going to get from here. I'm sorry, what? How does this work now? Oh, I have to be a lot closer than I used to be, actually. All right, hold on. Let me get these. Now I'm trying to remember. Let me look it up. I'm curious as to what my personality was again. I'm not going to take the test. I just need to see it probably again. I think I was an INTJ. I think it was an INTJ. So very close. I'm also very judgy. Gotta get the J. But yeah, you're real close with INTP. That's not the right button. That's the button. What do I need to do to get this guy out of the way? Sir? What are you doing? Oh, I can use these guys now. Right. Oh, nope, I gotta do it in a reverse. Go. Oh yeah, there we go. Perfect. That's not the right button still. Ooh boy. I'm struggling with the buttons. It's been a while since I've actually played a controller game. I went through this long string of feeling like I was doing nothing but playing games on controller, and now I'm like exactly the opposite, where I stopped playing them. Yeah, I believe, I'm trying to think of what the opposite of A was for that last one, because I remember in essence what I was, but I don't remember the actual letter because I don't remember what both was. Is A assertive? Or what was the possible opposite? I don't remember. Let me up. Yeah, health. Oh. Oh, you got worse. Wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. Why is that my controller? Hello. Why are you doing this to me? I don't like you. Get out of here. It is funny, though, because of course we would have the same personality type, Kappa. Because of course. Yeah, assertive versus turbulent. Yeah, I was INTJA as well. It seems like we are incapable of taking a test and not ending up with essentially the same result, which is sort of funny. Spirit Shard Spirit Arc. Shots split into smaller projectiles. I make it a shotgun. Oh, that's a strong possibility. Because I ended up taking it, like, for work. As, not like an important thing of work. We were just kind of curious about it in our department. Because we were, like, looking at, like, learning styles and working on training and all of that of how we wanted to train people and blah, blah, blah. So a bunch of us took it. And I think then maybe you took it afterwards. Map. How do I get through that? Ha, of course. Well, mine is actually, it's interesting because I do really think that there are some very accurate aspects, because mine was called the Architect, and I think it's very accurate because a lot of my issues is that I have ideas and I just get bored executing it, because I like having an idea and then, like, I'm just not the personality to then, like, bring ideas all of the time to, like, conclusion. I'm just like, I did the idea, I see how the idea can be executed. Okay, that was fun, now I'm done. Like, now I need somebody else to freaking take over because I'm satisfied. And it just becomes a problem, of course, when things actually need done. So I just like the plan. Get out of here. Ah, okay. Suddenly I'm up here. I hate these little wormy bastards. Nice. How do I get up there? Can I get up there? I don't know about that. Not yet, maybe. Well, shoot. I don't think I... Oh, wait. Come on. Give me one of those bad boys down here. Thank you. All right. Now we've got somewhere to go. What's that guy? Hello? Oh, no. Surprise. I need to heal. I don't know what those are. Can I hit them with the little blobby friends? Oh, interesting. That actually retains gravity after I've lobbed it. I don't think it did that last time. Ah, it's the wrong button again. Oi. Thank you. Yeah, it was interesting how there are certainly aspects of that personality stuff that's relatively accurate. Very interesting stuff. Boy, I got so distracted by that and then playing the game, I have no idea what I might have been talking about earlier. I guess we got there from having talked about ideas that I was having for models. But yeah, we'll kind of see if I get the time to sit down and the motivation to actually get at making some model updates. The main thing that really holds me back is that I don't want to have to sit down and make a new base model, because that is so annoying. So the Moki were right. I wanted to believe, but it has been so long. I should pay attention. I am Kolak, and you are welcome in my marsh, little one. The Moki tell me you seek your friend, an owlet. She fell far to the east. Yeah, the Queen Bee model, which I think is I think it's got legs. 6 of them, but I digress. I think that's a good idea. It does sound like Jabba the Hutt. Silent Woods, hold her now. And wings. One of the other challenges for me actually turning around and selling a model like that is that I'd have to actually, like, where the owls are no more, I'd have to polish what I did, and a lot of times with those experiments, I'm a little more, like, rough with it. Once the waterway behind me led there, but the waters have grown foul and impassable. There is one way, however, the wellspring to the west. A great watermill sits silent. Were you to set its wheels in motion, the waters would flow clear once more. I would accompany you, but the Moki need me. I can give you something, however. A fragment of the ancient light that once brightened these wilds. Well, and especially now that in order to, like, polish up what I'm working with, now I have to do all of the Vignon edits, and I would have to, like, provide the node graphs. May its voice be my guide, blah, blah, blah. I am the voice of the forest. It has been a long time since I last saw your kind. Hey, we got a new little friend! And a long time since I last left the marsh, but I will do my best. The wellspring needs us. Yes, go to the wellspring and teach its waters to flow again. He does speak for the trees. You know, I guess, though, I could just do models in the rough experimental way like I normally do, and then just, like, put them up, and if I got interest in purchasing something, I could then actually, like, do the wrapping up of polishing it, like, when I knew a sale was taking place, and just, like, not worry about it otherwise. That would be a lot more palatable. Methinks. Okay, nope, it's bad. The water's gross. Oh, I think he gave me a new health and mana pip. Hello, guys. The waters here are dark. We cannot fish. We cannot swim. Bad water. Sad water. The mill sits quiet. That is why the waters are so still. Are you redirecting me from this path? Yeah. There's nothing over here I can work with. Okay. But yeah, and well, part of it was also that I kind of sat down to make edits to the Stella's AI model that I made her, and like in so doing, I was like, man, I actually did a good job on that model. It's like, it's my older style, but it's still pretty respectable. Hey, welcome back, BT. A toad, yeah, toadette little Princess Leia. It would be Jabba the Hutt then. Which of course is kind of annoying that I felt still satisfied with that model, because I was like, yeah, but I've got some other space-themed ideas I could do, but I don't really feel like working with that. So I was like, I don't know, maybe I could just make a whole new sort of space AI model. But again, freaking base models, man. What a pain in my ass. Stop flopping about. Well, and there's still other ideas that I haven't actually executed on. Because I was planning on sort of making a visual particle instrument, but I sort of backburnered that because let's see, can I break that with that? Yes, I can. I ended up sort of changing my particle system wings in general. Hey, you know, that's fine. Roblox is a game that I guess I would have to put in the category of extremely, like, influential and groundbreaking, but it's also a game that I have not played even a little bit. Outer Wilds, on the other hand, I have in fact played. I in fact played on stream, and I believe my VODs still exist. I got some great clips out of that game, actually. I had some wild ass stuff happen. Outer Wilds was good. I did not play the DLC though. Yeah, I guess so for Roblox. I believe it is just kind of like a game engine. Come on over, let's get a closer look at you. I'm sure there's some sort of games to it inherently, but then people build on it. I don't know. Essentially, I was simply, like, too old when it came out. Like, it was just not a part of my formative childhood. And, it's not that it's strictly a child's game, because I'm pretty sure that they're just, you know, it's just games. It's generally, like, family-friendly games, and there's plenty likely to do in it. It's just, like, I just had plenty of other things to do, and so I just never even looked into it at all. Ah, greetings. I see you've made it to the Glade, Spirit. I will say, though, I think it's Roblox. Hold on, now I gotta double check. Maybe I'm wrong. I think Monster Cat has a mood with... Yeah, it does. It does have a mood with a Roblox X Monster Cat, and quite a few songs in there. Very good vibes. So I can understand listening to some Roblox songs. I don't suppose your journeys have taken you in the direction of the Wellsprings yet. No, I'm going there now. Rumors of an old library there have aroused my interest. Might do some exploring of my own. Perhaps I'll see you there. Care to hone your skills? Oh, this is Combat Trainer Boy. What do we got here? What do we like? Fast travel? I mean, I do like a good fast travel. Drop attacks with Spirit Smash, create a shockwave. So that's a direct upgrade to that. Oh, I see. Some of them are connected with lines. I see. You know what? Give me the freaking fast travel. I'm all aboard for the fast travel. Also, give me that. There's a limit on what I can teach you. After all, I cannot teach what I do not know. But I've heard of a place with some knowledge, ancient spirit knowledge. The entrance is said to be barred to all but the most observant. Good luck. Thanks, bro. Oh, goopy water. I was just about to say, oh, I wonder what's down below. It's poo water. Of course it is. Hey, Talk. Squark. Fancy meeting you here. I like how they've highlighted Squark as though it is of, like, story-relevant information. It's like, oh, look at this guy. He's talking about Squark again. It's important. This place isn't half bad for building a nest. Not that I've got any plans to settle down. I hear that old Gorlek Grom aims to make these glades even better. He should start by cleaning the water. Blah. Okay, now I think they're just highlighting words at random. Talk, you highlight weird words, my man. Or Garam is an actual name. I didn't dare hope the rumors were true, but here you are. Niwen is home to a spirit once more. You made quick work of the wall there. Guess my building skills aren't what they used to be. Still, I made a promise I would provide refuge from the decay here. These glades are counting on me, spirit. But without ore, I fear I will let them all down. The materials I need were abandoned when my kind fled to the mines. And without the proper supplies, well, my dream of a... that was a terrible pause. My dream of a haven might end before it has even begun. Care to help make these glades a better place? View projects. What do we got? Repair the spirit well. A thorny situation. Yeah, fix that spirit well. I'll get right on that. Now that I'm building again, I can call myself a true Gorlek once more. Few true Gorlek are left, so be wary if you see anyone out there who looks like me. Not all of us escaped the corruption in time. Yeah, Roblox, even more than Fortnite, is one of those games that kind of makes me feel a little old, because it's like this major touchstone game that everybody of a particular age is familiar with, and I am not. Not even a little bit. Like, oh man, that makes me the old one. Before our home was swallowed by sand, the spirit saw potential in Gorlek ore. They disappeared before they could try what we built them. But now you're back, and that can change. I don't have any more stuff for you, I'm sorry. Rebuilding the glades. Hooray! Game saved. Alright, onward and upward. Hello, Moki. I came far to find these glades. It is paradise here for Moki. My family will like it here, but we have no home. The Gorlek Grom knows the building ways. Maybe he can help. Ah, now there is a project to get him a home. Twilin, a returning customer. Always a welcome sight, oh yes. Your name is spoken ever more loudly. Even so, I have heard many names on my journeys, you see. The names, they buy my shining shards and pass along. They all sound quite the same, oh yes. Still, my shards do gleam more brightly around you. Perhaps your name is one to remember. But for that, you would need to do something worth remembering. I don't have very much money left. I do have enough money for some stuff, though. Finesse. Triple jump? Well, damn. I kind of feel like I gotta save up for a triple jump. 2 extra spirit light orbs. Oh, the moneymaker. I'll hold off. Hey, Moki. Oh, hello. I came here from the marsh because I heard the glades were beautiful. They are beautiful, but the light here is so bright, not like the gloomy marsh. That is why I am hiding in this shade. If I had a hat like that funny one over there, but I do not. Oh, good. I was afraid that was going to give me a side quest of, like, find this idiot a hat. Okay. Hello? Who are you? You long-legged goober? I can hardly believe it. I'm talking to a real spirit in Niwen. You're smaller than I thought. Close. Oh, but so bright. I myself prefer to blend in. It's not safe out there, you know. Lucky for you, I've been watching your every move, just to make sure you're all right, of course. I'm a little dubious, my friend. That's a little bit weird. Care to see my records? Sure. Okay, you're just literally the record keeper. But also, it's a little weird when you're like, I've been watching you, but like, you know, just checking up on you, making sure you're okay. Don't want you to get hurt. But I'm always watching you. In a friendly way. Just being, you know, we're cool. We're cool. I'm just always watching you. You toss and turn a lot in your sleep. But, you know, it's like, I'm friendly about it. But I am always watching. It's like, freaking, get out of here, man. You're weird. See you soon. It's even weirder that he's a chameleon who can freaking make himself invisible, and that's the weirdo that follows you around watching you. Come on. Creeping me out. Boink. Oh, I thought I could stand on that, and I could not. the better to see you with. Of course. Oh, that's one of those... I got scared because I thought I wasn't standing on it. And I wasn't, but that was okay. What are those little blue plants? I can't seem to interact with them yet. Okay. You jerk. Although I might have needed you. I think I needed him. Oh well. I'm just making it up as I go right now. I have no plans. I'm simply following the paths as they are presented to me. Can I? Oh yeah, I can. Hey, some more. Oh, thank you. Oh no. Ooh, that was close. Wow, that is a far larger shockwave than I was anticipating. Holy crap. Oh yeah. I like the big hammer. So satisfying. Look at those fine-ass god rays. Very nice. It's a bear. Are you a friendly bear? You are in the way. Do I need... Ah, I see they have very specifically disallowed me from using my attacks in here. Otherwise, I would definitely have bopped him right in the nose with a hammer. But that is apparently disallowed. Where's the line? How close can I get? Oh, it's that close. It's exactly that close that I can get. Well, fine. Oh, hello. Are you going to the cold place? I'm going there to pick some reach berries. Or I wanted to go, but there is a large bear in the way. He is sleeping. Thank you. That is some excellent observations. I tried to wake him by tickling his nose with a tuft of grass, but it did not work. Maybe grass is not big enough. Maybe I am not big enough. I have a hammer. I bet that's big enough. But the game will not allow it. Come on. I wonder what happens if I try to shoot the nose. Is it gonna disappear? Nope. That just goes right up his nostril. Boink. Why does he appear to be made of wood? He appears to be made of wood. Based on the fragments coming off of him as I shoot him. Fascinating. Alright, I should probably look at the map. It's been a while since I've checked. Hey, we're going the right way. The Wellspring and Luma Pools. Yeah, give me a goober to work with. Thank you. See you later. Can I make that jump? I think I can. Hoi. Does have a lot of horizontal travel. Not a whole lot of vertical. We remember this place. Water from the Luma pools flows through here, feeding the marsh with life. Or it used to flow before the decay, before the mill stopped. I think I can see the mill in the background. That looks like the mill wheel. And that looks like the mill door. And the rest of the mill exterior, I guess. Up. What are you? Can I jump on you? Is that what you're for? What are you for? Hello? I cannot seem to interact with the little blue guy. Oh, see you later. I pulled you through the floor. I hit you so hard. Oh, come on now. Surely I can make that jump. What's going on here? Ah, there we go. The Silent Teeth, a horror story. You're not wrong. Hello again, Spirit. Well, I've decided to find that old library. And I hear you want to start the Wellspring Reel spinning again. A noble quest. I'm afraid, however, that this door might well be the end of both our journeys. It won't budge. Well, then you're just not creative enough. Stop jumping around. I'll just keep hitting you with a hammer. Man, those shockwaves are nice. Really nice. Oh, curse you, spikes. Ooh, that was close. Hold on. I don't think I can go up there. The spikes, they are in the way. Alright, maybe I underestimated the door. Maybe the door is a little bit more in the way than I had anticipated. Ooh, I can go under it. Here we go. Now we just gotta find the basement. Get out of here, you jerk. Yeah. Have a taste of your own medicine. Oh, I can stick to this. Crawl around. Later. Ooh, what the heck is that? Oh, it's moving again. Oh, that's literally the door opening mechanism. Fantastic. Aha. Oh. Ooh, ah. Oh, it's okay. The inside is not spiky. Oh, it spins. Oh, it's so awkward. Oh, shoot. I was hitting the button like I needed to catch a projectile, but there were no projectiles. I simply needed to dash, which is an entirely different button. Hooray! Though the distance was vast. As were the pauses in his speech. I can't believe we just bailed on these two. Could not keep the family apart. We're just like, peace out. We're going miles and miles away. Deal with it. Let's see. Aha, I see. More stuff in the way. Whoa, they're spinning real fast. Uh-huh. Woo! I see. Now we can fling. Whee! Oh, gosh. Not like this. Can I see any details? Okay, so there's definitely a couple different ways we can go now. Whee! Alright, I feel like this is now more likely to be the actual correct direction. Let's go back here and see what we might have been missing. Because up here appears to be something else. Certainly not a way up. What about over here? Oh, one of the murder lasers. Great. My favorite. How high does this get me? Not high enough. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Woo. Close. Thorn. You've gained a new spirit shard. Damage enemies who hit Ori. That's not that important to me. Man, now I gotta get back out of here without dying. Okay, that's not bad. I feel like those... the timing of those have been made more consistent and less annoying in this second game. Because I remember those laser guys being a real pain in the ass. And I think it's because they stayed on for much longer. And so, like, you couldn't always even, like, get properly out of the way. Yeah, right? All of that for freaking Thorn. So underwhelming. Like, yeah, my favorite. An item that requires me to take damage to... Oh, it's spiky on one side. Requires me to take damage in order to make use of it. My favorite. I mean, I do like a good Thorns build when you can build your defenses and also reliably heal yourself. Thorns can be fun. However, I don't think Ori is the right avenue to really partake in that. How am I gonna get over here? Oh, I can get over there. That's fine. Everything is fine. Oh. Is this an angry guy? Or you seem like an angry guy. I don't think he's a friendly fella. Wow, that ground pound is very effective. Okay, this is requiring a switch of some kind. I thought that might have been... Oh! That was close. Desperately, desperately close. That was close too. Gorlagor, thank you very much. Dude, right? As well, for anything slow moving that can be damaged from above, at least. That works great. If they move too quick, that might be a problem. But boy, for some of those guys, oh, it's nice. Okay, so there is a path up and to the left. Can I get to that? I can't fling myself, but can I? Ooh, I don't know about that. Oh wait, can I? Oh. I see what they want from me up here. Follow this path. That's what we want. Well, okay. Now what? I just have spikes staring back at me. Is there another path I can take? What am I working with here? I mean, I'd like to go up there. Oh, aha. Those are kind of annoyingly hard to identify sometimes. Like, is it a platform or is it one of the spinny posts? I wish that was a little bit more easy to read, but maybe it's just me making assumptions. Maybe they are notably different and I'm just not properly keyed up on noticing that difference. Because that to me just reads as a platform I'm gonna walk on. but it is not. It is quite this. Okay, well now this is spinning wildly. Ow. Oh, good. Well, he took care of it himself. Thank you very much. Thank you. Is this another door? Not that I can go through. Oop, save that. I don't need it right now. Nope. I kind of surprised I didn't take a hit there. I was pretty sure he landed right on my face. Apparently, he didn't get credit for it. Oh yeah, get wrecked. Love it. Anything up here? Nope, not of value. Ooh, an ability. Delightful. What have we now? Ah, the grapple. You gain a new bit. Press L, be near hooks or blue moss to pull yourself towards them. Interesting. You know, that's not bad. I can't help but notice that that is the same button as the... Ooh. Oh, uh-oh. As how I launch off of things, which I guess is not bad. It's kind of the universal traversal button. I think that can be useful. Ah, I can grapple to that. As long as they have done good level design such that they don't become sort of ambiguous which one I would be interacting with and like requiring me to be really precise in which one I'm targeting, I think that should be fine. I was certainly surprised to see it be the same button. But that could work out just fine, I think. Oh, hey, Tak. How's it going? You really just skipped the whole ass area, you flying bastard. This wellspring's no place for wandering. These wheels have got my insides turned all about. I wouldn't be here at all if I hadn't lost that compass the last time I passed through. Think you could help me find it? I believe it was somewhere through that door over there. Huh, I was about to ask which door, and he was so kind to point me in the right direction. Okay, so clearly I've got to go this way first. I assume he can fly. He looks like he's got wings. I believe I specifically called him a flying bastard, but I could be wrong. I may have forgotten. I just say things sometimes. I'm sure he deserved it. Ooh, oh no. Oh, it's fine. Ooh, that had me a little concerned where I was going to land. Well, I'm glad I remembered. At least if I'm going to insult him, I at least have the common decency to remember I did so. I mean, that's really all you can ask for, right? Let's see. Can I get up there? Ooh. Ooh, I can just, like, waste time continuing to go to the same one. Fantastic. That might be a lifesaver at some point in time. Ooh, I can get up there. Nice. Okay, I guess I need to go in here. Oh. Hey there, Moki. Are you an explorer? I am, or I will be someday. Hey, explorer is a state of mind. If you're just out and about trying to find things, hey, that's an explorer in my book. Came all the way to the wellspring to start exploring, but it is not going well. I mean, you're here, you're doing great. I just got here. I need supplies, tools, food, and something to carry it all in. Exploring is hard. Oh, thank God it's also not a side quest to find that idiot a backpack. I think it's funny that they keep having me in conversations that clearly feel like they're setting up... Ow! Clearly seem to be setting up a side quest, and then it just isn't. It is, in fact, not. What? What am I supposed to do? Oh, I see. Oh, no! Nope, go down. Thank you. Oh, hey, let me in. I knew this was going to be a fight. I was like, that looks like a fight chamber if I ever saw one. And it was. Screw you guys. That's what ground pound's for. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Boink. Oh, screw you guys. You're such chumps. I don't need any other moves. This is all I need. This solves all my problems. I love it so much. No, but seriously, it actually does. I've lucked into the world's greatest ability. What a maze this old mill is. No time to tarry, though. Still a ways to go. I've knowledge to acquire, and you're a mill... And you're a mill to unstick. No, you've a mill to unstick. It's pretty rude to call me a stuck mill, bro. He did not. And a friend to find, I hear. Good luck. No time to waste. I think this one is striking a better balance so far. It has maintained a lot of the same platforming elements, which are still very good, and they were very good in the first one. But I definitely like the additional combat abilities, the more, like, controlled combat nature, right? Like, the other one was really just get approximately close to something and mash the attack button because your, like, floaty friend will do the shooting for you. I mean, in this one, you have some abilities to find. You can choose kind of how to fight. You have at least a light and heavy attack. I think they're striking a much, much better balance. The combat is absolutely more engaging than it was in the first one. Absolutely. And I think it is better for it, so that's good. I think it's done a good job. I should have healed before I picked that up, but alas, I am an idiot. It's fine, I'll just heal here. That turned around more than I thought it would. Overall, I don't know if I would necessarily call it, like, a broad trend. I'm kind of trying to think of... Well, you know, actually, I kind of would say that you might be right. I think... I'm running through, like, examples and counterexamples in my head, because I was like, okay, what are the examples of things that are predominantly platform-focused? I'm like, obviously the Mario series. And then I'm thinking, like, Super Meat Boy, which is a little bit older. Trying to think of, like, I don't play, like, pure platformers. The thing is, like, Jump King is a pure platformer, but it's also a rage game. So it's like, it's kind of, you know, hanging out on a line between two categories, but it's definitely a platformer, right? And I think I might point to that as almost the trend, I guess. So, like, the examples of then combat in platforming are things, of course, like, you know, old examples like Castlevania, and then, you know, Metroid, and then we move into things like Hollow Knight, obviously, and what I was mentioning earlier with Ender Lilies, and this, does the original Ori sort of straddling the line. It's like, obviously, it's got to balance some degree of platforming versus combat, because if platforming is just an aspect of a movement, you know, even Mario has some degree of combat in it, right? And it's more rare that you have a pure platformer like Super Meat Boy, because it's just like it's pure precision. Celeste is another example of heavy platforming. And so I do think we are seeing more combat-oriented platformers, and I think some of that influence is coming from the Souls-like genre being such a significant, like, growth genre, if you will, and I think it bled into a lot of games trying to be like, okay, how do we make a Souls-like game in 2D? And so you end up with a lot of combat platformers where really platforming isn't like a meaningful element of the gameplay. It's just how you traverse the world, right? Because like you wouldn't call a actual Dark Souls game a 3D platformer with like a 3D combat focused platformer, right? Like you wouldn't really call it that. But I think a lot of people sort of consider if it's in 2D, it becomes some form of platformer. And I think that's sort of a misinterpretation maybe of genres. We're really getting like nitpicky in what we're classifying things, and it ultimately doesn't matter, right? But I do agree that there are a lot more 2D combat-focused games lately that seem to be kind of like a platformer. I definitely think that's true. I don't necessarily think that it has supplanted regular 2D platformers, because honestly, those have never been tremendously common after we got out of, like, the Super NES era. Because Super NES, like, everything and their brother was a platformer, right? Because Mario was huge, right? That everybody wanted to be the next Mario. But eventually we got out of that, and they didn't really care about being the next Mario anymore, and so they did other things. And now, there are only a slow trickle of, like, pure platformer games, and then other things that are combat-focused that happen to be two-dimensional and platformer-y, I think don't necessarily need to be considered as platformers. Ori, I would say, and Ori in 1 and 2 are definitely a combat platformer, because platforming is a key aspect of the gameplay. And so I think that's kind of an important thing to consider of, like, does it have, like, actual traversal mechanics, which is an important part of, like, a platformer being a platformer. Unless you're Mario, and then you get to break the rules where it's literally just, like, running around, but still being fun somehow, like, miraculously. Who the hell knows how they pulled that off? It's giant! Can I break this? I can! Stop shooting at me. There's more down there, isn't there? I gotta fall again. Ay. Right, because I can now get to the right over here. Ooh, it's spinning fast. Whee! Oh no! That was not a great trajectory there. Switch? Oh boy. Yeah. The which one was that? I think it was 3D World. Super Mario 3D World. Is that not gonna stop? That's just gonna keep shooting forever and ever, huh? Oh, no! Oh, no. Okay, I can sit on it. Great. No, go down! You really, really were just freaking the crap out. Was I already here? How did I... No, I wasn't already there. Boy, was it funny, though. Honestly, you almost need to get a capture card so that you can stream... Where am I going? I'm just spinning around like a maniac. Hello? Hello? Am I not supposed to be here? Where am I supposed to be? What am I doing? Oh, I guess I need to pull this. You really need to stream some games like that, though, because boy, would you get some excellent clips out of that. That would have been hilarious. Okay. Hi. Get out of my way. I forgot that you'd gotten a capture card. Had you played anything with the capture card? Ah, my bones! I'm glad that's not instant death anymore, because it certainly was the first game. See, that's part of my problem, is that there's like no game that actually sends me into hysterics, because you know what? Those are the games you get the clips, man. Ooh. That's how you get the clips. Because boy, is it funny, but there's no game that does that to me. Nobody, I say nobody, but like, there are far fewer people who are interested in watching me be just like even-keeled all the time than watching somebody panic hilariously while trying to do something seemingly mundane. At least that's my perspective on it. I sure do love watching somebody panic doing something seemingly mundane. It's so funny to me. But alas. Oh no, my bones! Alright, well, that's fine. I almost forgot what button I needed to press. Which is stupid because, like I mentioned, it's literally the one traversal button. Oh, I don't need to go over there. I'm going over here. I really do not understand why it was such a thing, but it was so funny. Hey, guess what? Ah! Get ground pounded, bro. It also didn't help that the primary danger of that sky world was blocks dropping out from under you, which really just like elevated things. Because it wasn't like, oh no, I don't want to fall off the sides. It was literally like, oh my god, I can't get away from things falling. It was so funny. It was so funny. Oh, no, that was bad. That was bad. Okay, hold on. Let's get going in the right direction, please. All right, I came in here for a compass. Like, he had asked me to find a compass. That's what I came in here for. I have not found a compass. No such thing has been identified. We're just chilling here. I have gone through the whole area. Right? Can I check? Search the mill. The lost compass. That's not at all where I thought it was. Somewhere in the wellspring. Is that it? Just somewhere. They need a house. And he just wants me to rebuild a bunch of stuff. Alright, well... off I go, I guess. Okay, Can I... What is that over there? I don't know what it is, but I want it. Can I climb in here? This feels like it's open. Oh, it is. You tried to hide it from me? Found a quest item. Placed in water, it always points north. Oh, it's the compass. I was literally complaining about not having found the compass. And then I found it. How was Tears of the Kingdom? Did you enjoy it, Whitney? I didn't play it. I didn't really think it was the game for me. Oh, you know what? I think I just tried to make my life way harder when I could probably just drop through this, actually. I'm glad it existed from a technical perspective, because holy crap, what they managed to make happen as a physics engine on the Switch is remarkable. Unbelievably remarkable. And I give them a huge credit for that. It was great until it wasn't. Yeah, I absolutely understand what you mean. I think I had an extremely similar reaction to the first Breath of the Wild, which is why I was not particularly keen to pick up Tears of the Kingdom, because I was like, yeah, that seems a lot like this first one, and I sure have already had my fill, so like, I'm good. Thanks, though. I'm good. Oh, I guess I should talk to you to give you back your thing. Compass, you found it. I'm in your debt, fellow wanderer. Here, take this. Debt paid. I know, like, that was really a big part of what I was missing. And I was kind of disappointed that they didn't really feel like they fully resolved that issue with the Tears of the Kingdom. Because, like, I felt like there just wasn't enough, like, meaty discoveries to be made in the first Breath of the Wild. Like, really, like, meaningful, like, underground areas to find. And it was kind of that realization that I had that started my trek down, like, being bored with Breath of the Wild, was like, huh, they don't have any actual underground areas. It's all just a surface and elevators to a non-underground temple-y thing, right? Like, it was very one-dimensional in sort of what you could find. There were a few notable, interesting things, but once you found those, it's like, okay, neat. Yeah, and, like, that's kind of what I heard, was, like, they tried to expand on it, but they just didn't do it in a particularly compelling way. And like, that's fine. Like, I don't want to disparage a game like that for existing, because I think it's enjoyable to a lot of people. And even the first one, I mean, I got like 60 hours of fun out of, so like, it's fine. That's all I need. But I just think ultimately it was an excellent game brought down to sort of good status by some of those near misses in what really could have been exemplary, and it ended up just being like, yeah, it's good. It's a good game, but it really could have been better. All right, now where the hell am I going? Probably up to the new door, eh? I am in agreement with some of the various reviewers who kind of got, like, jumped by the internet, right, for not agreeing that, like, Breath of the Wild was a 10 out of 10 game, because I don't think Breath of the Wild was a 10 out of 10 game. It was a solidly enjoyable game, but it was like, it is not a 10 out of 10. Like, come on now. The wellspring was once a home to a great library, Ori. Knowledge flowed like water through its walls. Now, much of what once was... Now, much of what once was is lost, and the water sits still. Whew. What a sentence. Hey, bro. The legends were true, Spirit. The Wellspring Library. Just look at all of this knowledge. But there's something else. A foul presence nearby. There, can't you smell it? Seems to be wafting down from somewhere up above. Mind checking on it while I browse these books? Of course, if you'd like to hone your skills, I am available. Oh, no, that's true. The polish is excellent. The games are extremely well executed. I just think some of the, like, core gameplay, like, loop decisions were just, like, sort of misses, right? And for like, Breath of the Wild, which ostensibly put itself out as, like, you know, this huge open world of exploration, really didn't have, like, enough, like, really exciting things to find. Like, there were some exciting things, but other than that, it was a very, like, mundane, flat sort of environment. It was like, okay, great. Not a lot of memorable stuff outside of, like, the key points, right? But, you know, it was well executed, for sure. Yeah, it did. It needed more character and story, and some more deeper moments. Like, it's a similar problem that I have with Skyrim and Bethesda games, actually, now that we're sort of on that topic. Because, like, with Bethesda games and, like, Skyrim, they give you this, like, huge seeming ocean of things to do as far as breadth goes, but as soon as you pick any, like, individual one of those things, you realize that their depth is very shallow. Like, even the most significant quest chains in Skyrim are only, like, 5 or 6 quests long, and they have very little impact on the overall world, right? Like, and the ones that I'm thinking of are primarily the guild ones. I do think they improved Skyrim with the DLCs. I think they gave much more meaningful quest chains there. But in the base game, felt very shallow. I got a very similar feeling with Breath of the Wild, that it was very broad, and there was, like, when you first sort of survey what's available to you, it looks vast and like an ocean. But you realize whenever you pick any particular point in that ocean, it's shallow. And, like, every one of the locations is shallow. And what they really needed were some places in that ocean that you could go to, and then you realize it's a lot deeper metaphorically than you'd anticipated, right? Like, oh, wow. Oh, it keeps going. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe it. Like, and that just doesn't happen in Breath of the Wild. And that I think was the biggest disappointment, because it's like, it very much is exactly what you saw on the surface. Like, oh, I see a giant walking dungeon over there, and then you go, and it's exactly what you saw on the surface, and then it's done. And you're like, oh, there's another walking around dungeon over there. Then you go, it's like, it's exactly what you saw on the surface, and then it's done. It never leads to something where you're like, well, that was totally unanticipated, and that's kind of what it was missing, which is a shame, because I think it really, really could have been a remarkable game if it only had a few of those moments for you. But what they did put together was still quite good and extremely well executed. So I don't feel the need to sort of besmirch their sort of technical prowess, though I will besmirch Bethesda's technical prowess. An extremely notable difference. Because Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom works. Mysterious seed. It glows dimly. Perhaps someone knows what sort of seed it is. I don't know. What have we here? I kind of feel like I... Ooh, I didn't hit the right button. Hold on. Can I get up here? There we go. Yeah, let me up. Now we're talking. Okay, that's in the way. Oh no, grabby hands. Pardon? Oh hey, thanks bro. Wait, I thought he was gonna hit me in the head. It's like, no, that's not the plan, man. A foul presence indeed. Gross. Time to go. You know, I don't know why I didn't expect this. Ori was all about going through a dungeon and then sticking you with some kind of chase scene to get the hell out of it. I should have seen this coming. I just forgot that this is what they do. Oh, well that's pretty clever. That's a fun little set piece. All right, cool. I can get behind that. It's fun. Oh, oh no! That was a bad jump. Running. Gotta go faster. Gotta go. Oh, I missed. Oh no. Oh, that one's on me. Oh wait, I'm alive. All right. My immediate impression is that was far better executed than the escape scenes in the first one. I applaud them for having refined that dramatically. That was very, very much better than the first one. And the first ones were fine, but that was like, ooh, that was good. That was on point. Nice. Nicely done. I'll expound on that after this scene. The waters flow once more. Swift and clear. Bright and clean. You are very brave. So brave. So soggy. That's true. We must tell Quola. This is a happy day for all the marsh. Nice. Nice. Okay. So, why I thought that was such a brave... Yeah, they are a little bit like the Doge, aren't they? That's funny. So why I think that one was much better than the first ones, I can narrow down very specifically to the fact that the margin for error was widened just a little bit to dramatically reduce the amount of irritation and frustration that could have come from that scene. Because the fact that I was able to get through it the first try is good. So now we're going to go into sort of my philosophy for tints and tension scenes like that, and balancing that with difficulty and frustration. So I will admit that I am generally pretty good at playing games. So I was able to get through it first try, and other people might end up with more frustration and having to retry it some more times. I always think, though, that in a scene that's intended to be tense like that, it comes up a lot, especially in horror games. You want the player to be as close to feeling like they are definitely going to die, but then not ultimately dying. And that's especially true for horror games. But the fact that I made a mistake and I got caught and I thought I was definitely toast, but then there was a last saving way to get out, made that scene emotionally much, much more significant and impactful than it would have been if by making one mistake I had died instantly and then I had to start over again. Because as soon as I've started over again, all of the tension out of the scene is gone. Because, well, now it's just a challenge that I'm going to have to die and retry over and over again until I complete it. The tension has been removed, and it has been turned into a challenge. Exactly, Whitney. And I actually sort of, I catch a lot of horror games doing that, and failing at that particularly, right? There was one spot, I didn't play it, but I watched Poppy Playtime, or a chore even, yeah, even worse. There's one section in Poppy Playtime where I'd watch people playing it, and they'd get caught on it constantly. Like, for one, the first Poppy Playtime, the section where they're running through the tunnel, the conveyor belt area, right? Like, that's a great, tense, terrifying scene the first time you go through it, but the margin for error is so tight that I don't think I saw anybody ever make it through on the first time. So then they die, and then they die again, and then they die again, and the scene's not scary anymore, because it's just like, oh, God, now I gotta do this dumbass run again perfectly this time so that I can just proceed through the game. And the problem is that it doesn't only affect that scene, especially in horror games. It doesn't only affect that scene. Now it's affected the following scene, because the tension of the whole experience has been thrown out the window. And I think game developers really need to make sure that they're balancing that with, like, meaningful difficulty. Because what I just went through, I mean, did require me to play the game, and to play it fairly well. Like, I couldn't have just moseyed my way through by standing around like a dingus. Like, I had to play it. It was a challenge, but it was right at the right level. And I think in the first Ori, they had leaned too far to challenging levels, and it would kill the tension in those scenes more than they should have. And so I'm really happy to see in this one that they really balanced out that challenge, at least on the first one. I'm sure some of the later ones are going to get harder, and I think that's fine. As you go through the game, obviously it's going to get hard. But that first one, very good. Well, and honestly, part of it might just be an indication that they have refined the controls as well, that it's more intuitive, it's more natural to play the game. Like, it feels right to take the actions that are going to get you through, because it's just like the natural thing to do. Oh, my bones! Well, you know, speaking of which, you know what? It helps if I remember what button it is. I am really shooting my own argument in the foot right now. This isn't even where I needed to go. What am I doing? I'm killing myself. Oh, the Pizza Man. Yeah. I have not played it. I have seen a few other streamers play it a little bit. Hey, you jerk. I can't attack underwater. Oh, no. Oh, no, my bones. Oh, goodness. Ooh, I can get this on my way by. That one, that's another example, actually, of a more pure-ish platformer over combat. I think it leans a little too much towards platformer for me to really enjoy. It is funny, though. I will say it's funny. But generally, I tend to favor the more combat-oriented platformers rather than, like, a pure platformer. Oh, hey Mote, you're back. How's it going? Hey, Grom. Can hardly believe it. I haven't laid eyes upon the real Gorlick ore since we left our homeland. Thank you, Spirit. Build again with such materials, well, I can call myself a true Gorlick once more. Keep my promise. The glades will be a haven for all, far from the decay and the shadow in the sky. Oh, they have a time mechanic at the end like that. Oh, you have to rush back to the beginning. Ah, interesting. Yeah, it's all about keeping that tension, like, alive. It goes a long way. The Moki homes are complete, and they won't be needing repairs anytime soon, now that they're Gorlick made. I'm totally out of the ore. Hey, I made you a home. Ram has built a good hut, and a good hut makes a good home. If you go east, could you tell my family I have found a new home? They live in the Silent Woods in the first hut near the entrance. I will pay for the help, and here you might need this key. The woods are not safe, not anymore. What? It's a big key. Where were you keeping that? Small wooden key unlocks a hut near the Silent Woods. Okay. I kind of thought I was going to be done with that quest, but apparently not. Oh, the many names that buy my shards are curious about my travels. Oh yes, I learned many things. I lost many things, but it is easy to find new shards, you see. Some things are less easy to replace. Let's view upgrades. What do we got? How much money do I have? 1,000. Do I have resilience equipped right now? I think. What do I have equipped? I definitely have magnet. I have vitality. Must be those three. Those three must be the ones that I have. Let's get one of these. And then let's get one of these. Bolster my well-being. Ah, there's one place you might go to better learn how to use your shards. It lies in the wellspring, a shrine to the ancient spirits, you see. It is said the ancient spirits could wield many, many shards at once. Maybe you could too, oh yes. I would love to have more slots, my man. That would be delightful. All right. Now, I think, as we have just cleared the Wellspring Dealy guy, that feels like as good a place as any to call it for the evening. A good, solid stopping point in Ori. But, overall, I think that game is a real nice step up over the original Ori. And the original Ori was also good. So we are off to a banging start. But thank you all so much for coming by and hanging out. Whitney, it's been a pleasure to chat. Nice to meet you. And yeah, so next stream will be Friday. I think we'll be continuing Ori because honestly, I'm having a good time. So Ori will be back again on Friday. One note is that I will not be streaming on Saturday like usual because we have, well, weather permitting, as long as it's not too stupidly hot, we're actually going to a steampunk festival, which should be very enjoyable. I'm looking forward to that. Like a Renaissance festival, except focused on steampunk. So that should be really cool. So that means no stream on Saturday, but Friday, same time, I'll be back for more Ori. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you all have a good night and a good rest of the week. Bye.
Initiating goodnight sequence. Dispersing appropriate dosage of compound 347. Initiating phase 1 of memory calibration. This won't hurt a bit. Just close your eyes.